What is up, you guys? It is Mr. What If here, bringing you a brand new short video. This is going to be a continuation of what if Deku joined Overhaul gang slash villain. Alright, so let's hop into this. So I left off. Actually, I just got finished watching the last video that I made on this. I left off on a part of Deku adopt Eri, which he did. They actually went to the court. They actually went to court because you technically have to do that. Get a lawyer and all that. Go to court to get adoption papers and all that. And everything went through. So, Eri is now Deku's daughter. But I left off on Deku's part. And I left a little side note, and I believe, yeah. So, let's just say 2 weeks gone by. There's been 2 villain attacks. And Deku's at home at his hotel. At home. At home. He's sitting on the balcony drinking lemonade. Well, let's say this is a typical day. Like, it's 84 degrees weather. Beautiful bright day. Eri is playing in the pool. Deku is just sitting in the lean back chair and drinking ice cold tea and just relaxing, just thinking about what his next move is. Cause in times like this, Deku wonders about his next move. What he's gonna do next. Being the strongest quirkless villain of all time is kind of self-righteous, but he needs to do things that make him more powerful. But Deku isn't really power hungry. And this is when Deku's wife would come back from a meeting that she had to do with Overhaul. She had a meeting with Overhaul to talk about what is up with Deku because Overhaul hasn't gotten any response from Deku after the weeks he's been, being Eri's dad. And Overhaul respects that Deku is taking time to be with his new adopted daughter and all that, but he does need Deku for certain things, and he wants to hear from Deku. Because in a way, Overhaul feels like even though he was Eri's dad at one point, her dad at one point, he feels like he was a bigger dad to Deku. Because Deku will look up to him in so many ways. His intelligence, how skilled he is, how fast, how he would always be steps ahead before he would make steps to be ahead. A little pun right there. Sort of, but not really. Yeah. And she would come home. Oh, and I did get a few people that commented on what her name and quirk should be. And one of them I actually am going to use. I actually liked one of them. So, there was 2 that I liked. There was 3 actually. One was she would have a mind reading quirk. I forgot the name that the person has given her, but the quirk was mind reading, so I'll use her for a different what if, maybe. And there was another one that somebody also commented that her name would be Silver and her quirk would be something like a flame quirk. Something to do with fire. I like that as well. But that's gonna be for what if when I do what if Deku had an ice quirk. Spoilers. That's going to be the next what if. What if Deku had an ice quirk? But the one that I'm going to use out of all the comments is one of the comments was actually from a fellow YouTuber that named that gave her the name Mia or Maya. I'm not sure which one it was, Mia or Maya. I think it was Maya, Mia, Maya. Yeah, I think it was Maya. She gave her a first and last name, which was pretty nice. Gave her a name Maya Lawson. So yeah, and her quirk. So that's going to be Deku's wife's name is Maya Lawson, and Deku's name is gonna be Izuku Lawson. And Deku's wife's quirk is going to be a type of blood quirk. It allows her to control and manipulate any types of blood that she wishes to control. And the only drawback to her quirk is that if she tries to control the blood in somebody's body, she would actually have a nose. After when she, like, say she tries to kill somebody by expanding somebody's blood or turning their blood rotten or poisonous or something like that, she would actually get a nosebleed and pass out. So, yeah, but other than that, she has a true powerful quirk, and all her life, she's been called the Queen of Villains and all that. And now she technically is the Queen of Villains because she is married. Well, getting married to the future King of Villains, which is Deku. Oh, and this is what she looks like, and that was the best thing I could find. So yeah, oh my god, my bad about that. Oh, and this is what his wife looks like. Everybody say hello to Mia Lawson, Deku's wife. This is the best picture I could have found that really got me thinking of what Deku's wife would look like. So yeah, this is what Deku's wife would look like. Straight up, this is Deku's wife. I know. To me, she looks gorgeous. But if you guys want to rate her, I'm interested in hearing on your opinions on how you think she looks. So comment down below, 1 out of 10. How do you think that Deku's wife looks? Because to me, I'll give her a straight 10 out of 10. Because you can't lie. She looks kind of beautiful. Alright, so let's get back into Deku. So, so, Maya, yes, that's it. I think I said it right. Maya would tell Deku that Overhaul has actually been calling and texting him about just, and then Deku would say, what is he calling and texting about? And then he says, nothing much. He just wants to know if you're alright, if you're doing okay. And then he says, of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? And then Deku would look at Maya with like a kind of serious but smirk face. Kind of give her a serious look but with a smirk. Saying that, is Overhaul himself being worried about me? And then Maya would say, of course he would be worried about you. Isn't he technically your father? Or at least your father figure? And Deku would think back onto how Overhaul would raise and teach and train Deku. And he realized all his life spending with Overhaul was basically all he wanted in a weird type of way. In a weird type of way, it's what Deku always wanted when he was a kid. He wanted to be loved. All he ever wanted was to be loved and felt like he mattered to somebody. And he did. He mattered to Overhaul. And he would think back onto how many times he would get into a fight with the bodyguards or with the people that would train him or even some of Overhaul's lackey companions, like his right hand man and all that. He would get into a fight with them. And no matter what, even if Deku would start the problem, Overhaul will always take Deku into the next room or stand by Deku no matter what. And then Deku would say, "You're right. You're right, sweetie. He is my dad in a type of way. He is my father. And you are right. I should be more considerate of his feelings. So yeah, I'll call him." And Deku would call Overhaul and say, "What's up, Dad?" And would actually shock Overhaul to hear Deku call him Dad. And Overhaul would say, "What did you say?" And then Deku said, "Nothing, it was nothing." And then Overhaul says, "Please say it again." And then Deku says, "Do I really have to?" And then Overhaul will say, "I'm not asking you to, I'm ordering you to." And then Deku would puff, and then Overhaul would say, "Don't you catch that attitude with me, young man." And then Deku and Overhaul will start to giggle, because it was kind of funny. And then Deku would say, "Fine." I said, "What's up, Dad?" And Overhaul would be like, "Nothing. What are you up to, my son?" And then this would actually make get Deku a little flustered to hear Overhaul call him his son, because he just thought that he was just Overhaul's disciple and future right hand man. So Deku gets a little bit flustered, gets a little caught off guard, like Overhaul did. So yeah, they're on the phone for a good 4 hours, just talking about the past and what they used to do for fun. And Overhaul and the stuff that they used to do for fun is actually giving Deku ideas what he should do for his daughter, do for Yuri. But then Overhaul would recommend Deku sending Yuri to school, but if he's going to do that, he needs to be smart about it. And then he says, "I'm already ahead of you. I'm already ahead of you. I'm thinking about sending her to a school where she most likely will not get to be like suspicious about. People won't get really suspicious." So this would happen, and then let's say that, and then time skip to when Yuri enters her first day of elementary school, the first grade and everything. So Yuri is in her first year of is in her first year of elementary school, which is of course first grade. And to be honest with you, Deku and Maya are a little bit nervous. Well, Maya is nervous because is that nervous that that Yuri might not be accepted or somebody might make fun of her because of her horn. And this is when Maya would get on her knees and tell Yuri that no matter what happens, just keep your head up and don't let anybody get you down. And this is when Yuri would dash right over to would dash right over to Maya and say, "Thank you, Mom." And Maya would start to blush, and then she says, "No problem, my sweet child." And Deku would actually be happy to hear that the love of his life, the love of his life, and the girl that he swore to protect are actually getting along. And Deku would look at my two girls getting along." And then they both and then they will both turn to Deku and make a little pouty face. And make a pouty face. And then Deku would say, "What did I do this time?" And then all three would laugh, and Yuri would hug Deku. Deku, of course, would hug her back. And Deku is a little bit nervous. Sorry about the background noise. Sorry about if you guys hear the background noise. Sorry about that. Deku is a little bit nervous for Yuri because Yuri is going to her first day of school, and he's kind of scared to if she gets bullied about having a horn or anything like that. Sorry if you guys hear that noise in the background. To be honest with you, I'm actually gonna end it up here with Yuri going to her first day of school. And yeah, I'll continue the next part on Yuri's half about her first day of school. And we're going to get in depth on how she is doing through her first day of school. So, yeah. And real quick, I might do what if Deku was Joker next after this today, because I actually got some time and I don't have to study. And plus, it's the weekend. So, I will later tonight, if Deku was Joker except a good guy, part 2 will come out tonight. Or before tonight. Well, I'm going to try to get it out before 9:30, so yeah.